This all came about a few days ago. I discovered that most of the transcriptions have a capo on, I think it was the 4th fret, 3rd or 4th, depending on the original pitch of the song, which does vary. So anyway, this is not a problem. I did think it was kind of strange. I tried playing it and it just didn't sound right. It sounded very thin. And I was a little confused because a lot of the comments were saying how perfect it was. It was very highly rated. It was pretty much the same tablature that had been reposted. I was a little confused because it sounded very thin, and I thought maybe this would sound good if you're playing along to the actual track. But if it's just you playing it and maybe you want to sing over the top of it, it just didn't sound very full. There was a lot of width missing. And the second thing that I noticed is being capoed up here meant that you lost the ability to mimic a lot of the bass notes. So that's why I'm here today. I'm going to be demonstrating how to play Caroline No without a capo. And personally, I think it's better. I think if you want to incorporate more elements of the song, the bass guitar, various different instruments on the top ends, I think this is the best way to go about it. Some of the chords that I'm using could probably be adapted, bass notes and stuff could be switched around. I'm sure I will improve it over time, but for the time being, the chord shapes are pretty much perfect in my opinion. Anyway, let's get straight to it. Enough of me waffling. But before we begin, just a disclaimer. You will still need to use a capo on the 1st fret depending on the version that you're playing along to, because obviously some versions are pitched up by a semitone and some are not. For example, I think on the stereo instrumental track on Pet Sounds Sessions is not. Brian Wilson's solo version from Pet Sounds Live is not. So there's nothing you can do about that. Sometimes you will need to have a capo on the 1st fret. So anyway, let us begin. So we're basically starting with a simple G6 where the high E is ringing through on the top. And then we move down to what is essentially F6. It's the exact same chord shape, but because the high E is still ringing through on the top, this creates an F major 13th. And the reason why this chord shape is so important is because the bass notes now become available to us. You see? And also you can do staccato, like some of the instruments that are actually used, muted harpsichord or something like that. But also we can add those on the top ends if we like. Which I just think is so cool. So we have the G6, we have the F major 13th, then we move to G minor 7th, and then a D9 sus4 / E, and then F major 7th / E. And then we move to the chorus. So for the chorus, we have an F6. This becomes a little bit trickier to explain, but it is essentially just a G6 rooted down here. But we can move to C major 9 G, and then G6 / 9, which creates. And then we move to C major 7 / E. It's very important to have this low E ringing through. So do not bar it all the way across. You want the root E to come through. And then we move to a B minor 7 flat 5, which is, this is very tricky actually, because you're not supposed to play the low E string here, but you need your thumb over. You need to have your thumb over for a lot of these chords. It's difficult to not pick the low E on this one, but you are basically fretting with your thumb the 2nd fret on the A string. So just avoid the low E. And then after that we have an E aug 7. And then an AM / E. And then a C E. And then just a regular F minor. So I'll just play through all of this now for you. So I'm actually also going to include potential solo if you want to play it on guitar. So I would personally move up to around the 12th, and I'd just do this. So I'll play through that one more time. I suppose this is the universe's way of telling me that I should wrap up this video now. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any comments, any improvements, if you want to change any of the notes around, please let me know. Comments are always welcome. For me, that is all. So love and mercy to you all, and I'll see you very soon. Okay, bye for now. Bye.